Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be on how I created this glitter Starbucks cold cup. I added this butterfly design to it and I used Brite Tone from the Crystalac company to coat my cup. As you can see, it came out super glossy and super beautiful. If you want to watch how I made it, go ahead and keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll also link down on the video description on where you can buy Brite Tone. It's from the Crystalac company and that's what I use to seal this glitter and design on my cup. The first thing you're going to do is glitter your cup. Here I have my cup, which I had spray painted a couple days ago. If you do spray paint your cup, remember to allow your cup to gas off for about 24 to 48 hours to allow your cup to gas off and do its chemical reaction. I am using Mod Podge to go ahead and add my glitter. The glitter name is called Glitz from Recollections and I bought it at Michael's. Using a sponge brush, I'm just adding just an even coat of Mod Podge and I'm going to add my first coat of glitter. I am going to be adding 2 coats of glitter, but I only recorded me applying it once, but I did add 2 coats. Depending on if your glitter is dark or light, you can go ahead and either add 1 or 2 depending on how you want your cup to turn out. What I did was applied my first coat of glitter and then I waited 20 minutes and I went ahead and added another coat of glitter right on top of the first coat. As you can see, I have my Starbucks logo covered and I did that using permanent vinyl that I cut out with my Cricut machine. The dimensions for the circle is a little bit up ahead on this video, but it's super easy. You just cut out circles to perfectly fit on the Starbucks logo. That way you can cover it, glitter your cup, and then remove it. So here is the dimensions for the circle on the Starbucks cold cup. I already removed it off camera, but all you do is grab a weeding tool and just kind of poke it at the edge and it will lift right off. I also did this when I spray painted my cup and then I took it off and then I added a new one when I was glittering my cup. After my second coat of glitter, I went ahead and let my cup dry for about an hour. And now I'm going to seal my glitter using E6000 spray. I'm going to just give it a generous spray all throughout the entire cup. I do grab like a wipe or something and clean off the Starbucks logo. That way it doesn't have dry E6000 spray on there. I repeat this step twice, and in between each spray of E6000, I go ahead and roll my cup in parchment paper to flatten out my glitter. So after the E6000 spray, I did let my cup dry overnight. That's just personal preference. You don't really have to do that. Just let it dry for a couple hours, but I let it dry overnight and here I am adding my first coat of Brite Tone. All coats are going to be added the same, just thin coats. You want to make sure you do have enough product to where you're having enough to cover the entire cup, just enough to where your cup is not dripping. After each coat, you want to let your cup spin for about an hour and then dry for an additional 2 to 3 hours. For these Starbucks cold cups, I do like to grab a paintbrush and just take off the excess Brite Tone that likes to accumulate on the rim of the cup. If there's too much Brite Tone on there, it just dries off and it starts to bubble. So I just kind of just take off the excess that accumulated on there. I didn't record each coat that I gave my cup. Simply because each coat is added the same, and I know you guys probably don't want to see me doing the same thing over and over, but this is my third coat of Brite Tone. After my second coat, I gave my cup a good sand using 400 grit sanding paper. I like to sand my cups after my second coat, and you would definitely notice the difference on the third coat that you give your cup. So after my fifth coat of Brite Tone, I allowed my cup to fully dry, and then I went ahead and added my design. I used the wet method to go ahead and add my decal to my cup. So here I am applying my design to my cup. I am going to be using the wet method as I stated earlier. I have my water ready as well as with my design. I like to use this method with Crystalac Brite Tone simply because since you're adding water to your design, it doesn't become permanent until it fully dries. So you have time to move the design around and put it exactly where you want to place it before actually committing to a spot on your cup. And I also like to use this method with Brite Tone because since it doesn't fully harden and cure until 30 days, it's easy to rip off your Brite Tone coats that you have on your cup when you pull off your transfer tape. You saw me put the transfer tape on the piece of napkin a couple times, and that's just because I'm using Cricut transfer tape, and in my opinion, it's super sticky, and I don't like to have my transfer tape super sticky to where it's gonna pull off any of my coat of Brite Tone from my cup. So I kind of just either stick it to a towel and rip it off a couple times. That way it becomes less sticky, or on a napkin or anything that I have in hand. But if you have transfer tape that is not too sticky or it just works good, you don't have to do that. So here I am adding my sixth coat of Brite Tone. This is the coat that I'm adding right after my design. And like I said, every coat is the same, thin layers, just enough to where your cup is not dripping. And I do clean off the excess off the rim using the paintbrush after every coat, just because I don't want there to be any bubbles that accumulate around the rim, since the rim does kind of like curve in. So here I am adding my last coat of Brite Tone. It took 9 coats of Brite Tone to cover my glitter and the designs that I chose to put on this cup. The butterflies on this cup are 2 layers, so that's why it took a little bit more than versus where if I would have added just a single layer name or decal. So the total was 9, and I went ahead and added a summary of everything that I did to the cup at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll be happy to help.